As a worldview, atheism is intellectually bankrupt and is wrought with philosophical problems. In this video, let's take a look at the inability for the atheistic worldview to offer objective morality. First, I need to clarify that atheists can be morally good. They can even be people of integrity. But that isn't the issue. Having good morals doesn't mean you have an objective moral standard. One atheist's good morals might only be coincidentally consistent with the true objective morality where another atheist isn't. Objective morals are those that are based outside of yourself. Subjective morals are those that depend on you, your situation, your culture, and your preferences. Subjective morals change. They can become contradictory and might differ from person to person. This is the best that atheism has to offer us as a worldview. Now think about it. In atheism, there is no moral right and wrong. There is no moral should and shouldn't. Why? Well, because when you remove God, you remove the standard by which objective moral truth is established. In atheism, morality is up for grabs. In an atheistic worldview, lying, cheating, and stealing are neither right or wrong. They are phenomena to which, if the atheist so decides, moral values can be assigned. Sure, the atheist might say that we all should want to help society function properly, and it does not benefit society as a whole to lie, cheat, and steal. But this is a weak intellectual argument. Let me put some flesh and blood on this and show you why. What if there were a global economic meltdown and the social turmoil that ensued was so bad that robbing people at gunpoint to get food became commonplace? Robbery would then be a social norm. Well then, would such a norm be wrong, or would it be right? If it is not wrong, then you affirm situational ethics and you can't complain when the situation suits somebody else's fancy and you get robbed at gunpoint. Of course, this would lead to anarchy. On the other hand, if you say that such a theft is wrong, well then, why is it wrong? If it is your opinion that it is wrong, that's nice, but opinions don't make ethical standards. If you decide to say that it is wrong because, well, it's just wrong, well, okay, you're just begging the question. Besides, that would mean that there was a moral standard outside of yourself to which you must answer, and that would imply a moral lawgiver. Anyway, some atheists maintain that the best moral system is that which brings the greatest happiness, the least amount of suffering, and the greatest freedom for as many people as possible. Well, that's a nice sentiment, but it doesn't work either. Take a look at slavery, for example. The greatest happiness for the greatest number of people means that a minority of people should suffer in bondage. This way, the greatest amount of freedom for the majority is ensured. But if the atheist says that it is wrong to enslave a minority to benefit the majority, well then, why is it wrong? Because he said so? If he said it's wrong because the minority is suffering, well, so what? Why is suffering wrong? It may be unpleasant, it may not be nice, but from an atheistic worldview, why is it morally wrong to oppress a minority to benefit the majority? Atheism can't help us here. It just isn't up to the task of providing solid answers. Let me reiterate by saying that atheism offers a subjective moral system that is based on human experience, human conditions, and human reason. By its very nature, such moral evaluation is relativistic, dangerous, can change, can become self-contradictory, and can lead to anarchy. True morality is not merely a collection of concepts agreed upon because it helps stop the guy with the gun from taking your food. There's something more, and the Bible offers us more. It offers us an objective set of morals. Do not lie. Do not steal. Do not commit adultery. Do not bear false witness, etc. These morals don't change depending on your opinion, your situation, or your personal preferences. They're based on God's character, and since God does not change, these morals don't either. Therefore, it is always wrong to lie, always wrong to steal, to commit adultery, and to bear false witness. But not so in atheism's empty moral vacuum, because morality is formed in a subjective manner in atheism. So, let me ask you, after an economic meltdown, when an armed stranger is approaching you in the dark on a road and you're taking food home to your hungry family, who would you rather the stranger be? A Christian who believes stealing is wrong and that God is watching? Or the atheist who sees a need and points his gun at you as he adapts his ethical situation to suit the moment?